Okay, it finally went live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to La's Life Insurance Corner. It's your girl, Sean R. Shelton. I am here because I would love to talk to you all about not waiting until it's too late. Not waiting until it's too late. And what that means is, a lot of times, a lot of us will wait until it's too late for us to get life insurance. So, what does that look like? Hey, Sherry. Hey, girl. I'm going to share with you in a few moments what that looks like and how a lot of communities are getting hit with that situation. Okay. So I am inviting a few people. That's why it looks like I'm not paying attention. But I am here because I am on a serious crusade to make sure that people are covered. It does not make sense that there are people who are not being covered with life insurance, especially during the Rona. Like you would think of all times, right? Such a time as this, you would think that people would say, you know what? I think I better go ahead and get some daggone life insurance because right now things are so uncertain. But no, people are reluctant. People are like, well, I'm not sure if I can afford it. And we're going to break that down as well. Let me start with the affordability part first. Okay. Do you realize that we spend more money at the dollar store, right? Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. We spend more money in the dollar store than we would with life insurance. Let that sit for a couple seconds. We spend more money at the dollar store, period, than what is spent for a premium per month in life insurance. And that makes absolutely, positively no sense, right? People are worried. Hey, Angel, and share this out, please. People are worried that if they can't afford life insurance, they're worried that life insurance may not be attainable for them. And it absolutely positively is, as long as you are insurable, right? So during this COVID season, now is the time for you guys to start looking at life insurance because soon, and you could quote me on this, pretty soon, life insurance companies or MIB, which is a board, right? It's a medical board that determines the risk factors of people that are insurable or not, right? Because it's aleatory. I know I'm throwing out insurance terms, but it's aleatory when you are paying, say, $50 a month or $60 a month for life insurance in return of the insurance company paying out anywhere between 150,000 and more. That's aleatory, meaning it's not balanced, it's not equal, right? So now they're determining whether or not COVID-19 is, hey, John, if COVID-19 would be a factor for people not getting life insurance, okay? You want to get your insurance now. Don't wait until it's too late. There was a client of mine in October, last October, who finally said, you know what? Something's telling me to get this coverage for myself and my daughter. So when you get a child rider, what ends up happening is you could have one child or a million children. They would go under that same rider under the same rate. And what ended up happening was this woman went ahead and this client of mine got her insurance. And a few months later, her daughter passed away. 17 years old. She did not pass from the Rona. Hey, Jackie. She did not pass by gun-related violence. She passed from complications of lupus that she didn't even know that her daughter had. Right? So she passed away from the complications of lupus, but she was able to get a death benefit of over $150,000 to help take care of some of those expenses. So see, when someone passes away, everybody watching this all of us have endured the devastation of losing a loved one, whether it's a parent, whether it's a child, whether it's both, whether it's a best friend, whether it's somebody in our lives. We all have endured that unmeasurable pain of losing someone, right? So imagine compounding that with them having no life insurance. Oh man, now you have to go out and say, okay, now we have to figure out how to send this person off in the most respectful way possible, right? How do we get this person in the ground or in the urn the best way possible? So what do most people do? they go to the biggest one. You ready for this one? GoFundMe. Everybody wants to do GoFundMe. Everybody wants to go ahead and try to get people to do the GoFundMe. See, look at this. I had to scrape money together. Look at the words. Look at the verbiage she's using. She had to scrape money together to put her parents away. Scrape. We should not have to scrape money to put a loved one away. It should not be. Right? And what ends up happening is we have seen this too many times where somebody literally passes away and then the next recourse of action is GoFundMe, or can you please donate? Or I know you got some money deep in those pockets. Can you please help us out? That is not how it should be. What we should be doing right now is finding ways for us to be able to cover our people in the most respectful way. Okay. So when I say don't wait until it's too late, what am I talking about? Okay. So here are ways that people wait until it's too late. Okay. Number one, as we get older, things happen. The arthritis sets in. I purposely said arthritis. Arthritis sets in sometimes because of hereditary issues or because of just poor dietary choices. You know, now we're dealing with diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, circulation issues. You name it, it comes up. Right? So now you're dealing with so many medical complications, and I'm not even going into the honcho of medical complications. I'm talking about the bare minimum, your cholesterols, your blood pressures, your diabetes, things like that. Right? As we get older, our body starts to do what bodies do, and that's break down. Even if you are the most astute in the gym, even if you are, Terry Cruz's cousin and on his diet and workout regimen, our bodies do what bodies do when they start getting older, right? And waiting until it's too late is when you try to get life insurance and they're like, you're a risk, right? Because you have high blood pressure and you have diabetes and you have cholesterol and you have this and you have that. After a while, you become a smorgasbord of reasons as to why you're an insurable risk. Right? A smorgasbord of reasons. And again, I'm not even talking about the gustos, right? Like viral situations or where somebody may, have contracted something that may not have been favorable for insuring. Right? There are so many reasons why someone may not be eligible for insurance, right? So you don't want to wait until you are uninsurable. You want to do it now. And if you are over the age of 40 and you can still get insurance, I'm telling you, grab it now while you can, because tomorrow is not promised, right? I cannot tell you how many people in my immediate circle, I'm not even talking about people who I don't know and gave condolences to because I just don't know them. I'm talking about in my immediate circle, how many people that I had to RIP. Oh my God, I can't believe it. RIP. Oh my God, not her. ROP. Oh no, not him. It turned into a song. I have lost so many friends and family members within the last 11 months. Right? And one of my girlfriends, she was teasing me the other day, right? She said, why do you do that to yourself? And I said, what? She said, I noticed that on your Facebook page and even in your phone contact list, you don't delete people who are now deceased. And I said, that's just my way of honoring them. But would you believe in the last 11 months, I had over 41 people in my immediate circle. I'm not talking about extended 6 degrees of separation. 41 people who are now going home to be with the Lord or other. You don't know how people live. But the point is, out of those 41, I can realistically say that I know in my heart of hearts, 17 of them definitely had life insurance. Hey, Jay Murray, what's going on, babe? Thank you for joining me, love. Share me out. Out of that 41, I can wholeheartedly say 17 of them had life insurance. And out that 17, I would say 8 of them had the right life insurance, right? Because that's a whole nother live video. I'm saying that to say, ladies and gentlemen, that the devastation had for those remaining 24 families all resulted in, hey, can you GoFundMe? Hey, can you cash out $50 and send this to 10 friends? Hey, do you mind participating in this cake sale or fish fry? That's the meaning. And then that person, your dearly departed person, is now in that box with a toe tag on. Hey, Dwight, thank you so much. Love you back, my love. With a toe tag on in that daggone corpse refrigerator, waiting because you didn't have everything in place. So here's how you can help. You want to know how you can help? Press 1 if you want to know how you can change this narrative. Press 1. Somebody from Periscope or YouTube or Facebook, press 1 so I can share with you how to change the narrative, because this has got to stop effective now, not tomorrow, not next week. And I need more people to help me out with this, because would you believe that we only corner 2% of the market here at Primerica? Only 2% of the market, which means that there are millions and billions of people out there who are not covered the right way, right? So press 1 if you want to know how you can change the narrative. I got people watching me on YouTube. Thank you so much. Facebook, thank you. And Periscope. All you got to do is press the number 1, and I'll share with you what you can do in order to stop this GoFundMe phenomenon. Like, I have never seen anything like this in my life before. And on top of that, look at what ends up happening on Facebook. Now you have people like, well, wait a minute. I thought that person had it going on, right? Because, on Facebook and Twitter and everything, we could be who we want to be. And I have seen women and men 24, 32, 19. You could get life insurance. Hey, Kurt, you could get life insurance on yourself, right? When you become an adult. Thank you, Daryl. Who literally did not have an opportunity to get that life insurance. So Daryl, thank you. This is how we can stop this craziness, okay? This is how we can stop it. Number 1, ask people. You know how you're in the church and say, look to your left, look to your right, and ask them if they're saved or not? It's the same thing. Ask your friends and family, hey, do you have life insurance? They're going to either look at you like, why you ain't know? If they're defensive like that, chances are they don't. But let them answer you. Kurt, do you have life insurance? I'm asking because I care enough about you that you are covered, because God forbid something happens during these uncertain times. I want to make sure your family's covered. I want to make sure that your children, your wife, your whoever's depending on you, whoever is, if your income stops, would be devastated. I want to make sure that they're okay. If Kurt's like, oh yeah, I have life insurance, I have such. Now you can say, well, do you mind if I refer you to my friend LaShawn, because she wants to make sure you have the right life insurance? Because here's a question. Do you need life insurance for your whole entire life? Someone say yes or no. Do you need life insurance for a totality of your life? Yes or no? There's no wrong answers. I just want to see where your minds are. If it's a yes, put a Y or the word yes. If it's a no, put an N or the word no, or however you want to address it. But do you need life insurance coverage for your entire life? Like from the time that you sign the paper until they turn the lights out over your head. Do you need life insurance that whole entire time? And while I'm waiting for someone to answer that question, like I know there's a super lag on Facebook with it. You can ask people and tell them to be 100% transparent with you. So Dwight says, yes, you need life insurance your whole entire life. Does anyone else agree or disagree? Because I'm going to answer that question in 2 seconds. All right. Look, you do not, like Maury, you are not, right? Let me play it. You do not need life insurance your entire life. Now, I know there's a lot of universal A and B and whole life insurance agents who are like, why is she saying that? But you don't need life insurance your whole entire life. You do need life insurance until you are able to sustain the same lifestyle you have or better. So how does that look? Here's part 2 of the question. Okay. If you're helping out people, you can say to them, well, if you have whole life insurance, which gives you a cash value policy, meaning you can borrow against it, would you prefer to have the entire amount of your death benefit or a piece of the amount? People will say, oh, with the whole entire thing. Of course you do. But look at this. Say you paid into it, and at the end of the day, it's time to bury you, and you have a $150,000 policy, and say you paid $90,000 into it, right? Your family now has to decide: are we going to keep the $90,000 that my loved one paid, or we're going to take the death benefit of the $150,000, right? You can't get both unless you turn 100 years old, and depending on the policy. But you can't get both. It's either or. So who keeps that money that you paid into? They do. That's why life insurance companies are able to afford to give all these huge premiums. Because if you get a whole life policy, which is not pure insurance, what ends up happening is they keep whatever you paid into it if you decide to take the death benefit or vice versa, right? Term life, however, and people be like, oh, I don't want to hear about term life, but you need to listen and hear about term life, okay? A term life policy, however, it only covers you from A to B, right? You get a 20-year policy, 25, 30, whatever, right? So I have a 30-year term life policy on my life, right? So that means when I turn X amount of age, I no longer have coverage, right? But here's a caveat behind that. The money that you have saved, because you're going to pay more money with whole life because of the cash value. So say you're paying about $200 a month for your premium, right? Or even $95 a month in premium, or $195 in premium. Whatever you save by converting it over to term, right? The money that's left over, Daryl and Dwight, that's what you go ahead and then you invest it, right? You can start an annuity at $25. Right? So what happens is you go ahead and invest it, and then by the time that policy matures or it is over with, you have now accumulated enough money to take care of you and your loved one. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are like, well, how does that work? That's exactly how it works. And you would save money because you're still going to get the same coverage, right? Coverage is coverage. If you get a $65 policy, which they do exist, right? Stop thinking that your policies have to have commas after it. If you get a policy that say $60, $70, or what have you, that remaining amount that you would have been paying with that other company, you go ahead and invest it, right? And we teach you how to do that. We teach you how to do all of that. But a lot of people are not ready to learn because, let's be honest, people do not like to talk about death. I know I hate talking about death. And it got even worse after my Aunt Emma passed away. And that's who's on my profile picture, my Aunt Emma. Right? It's like, if I talk about death, it kind of brings grief towards me because of the losses I've had. But I have one little one kind of big one, and then an adult child. I have a 25-year-old. I have hey, Robert, I have a 25-year-old. I have an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old. They're not trying to hear, Mom didn't get insurance on her life and she's preaching it. We all need it. And Robert Sanders said it best. A term policy is the way to go. Stop being scared at the word term, because now if you invest that remaining money that you would have put into a cash value policy into a money market, right? Because see, here's the difference with investing with a money market. They're vigorously looking for ways to increase and make money for you because they're looking to make money. So look at this. Like, maybe you go to the mall, right? You go to the mall and you go to Foot Locker and you're like, oh man, I'm coming back next week because they had sneakers on sale. And you come back next week and Foot Locker says, we're going out of business. We got to sell everything. And you're like, oh man, okay, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. Then you come back again, Foot Locker's gone. What do you think the mall manager is going to do with Foot Locker's spot? Are they going to A, keep it empty, or B, fill it, right? Are they going to keep it empty, or are they going to fill it? You're on your second 20-year policy, and you're going to need a third-year policy because you're going to outlive the roach. What's going to happen is the mall manager is going to replace Foot Locker with something else. That's how a money market works. So if you are working with me, I'm going to get you a term policy, right? After you get your term policy, you're going to invest the rest and then let that money grow. So now you're looking at the fact that, okay, now that I'm ready to retire, I have enough money accumulated where forget the fact that I was going to get $125,000. I got $250,000. I am quite sure that you can live off $250,000 and retire with that. I am quite sure that if you had a choice between $150,000 death benefit or having $256,000 in accruing in your money market, I'm pretty sure that that would do better for you. Right? And that's the reason why we have to educate ourselves on life insurance. There are too many of us who are losing family members and losing friends, and they're not covered. So here's the last thing, and I'm done. If you have a family, and if you decide that you weren't going to come home ever again, or if you decide that you don't have that, if you're going to quit your job, or God forbid something happened to you, would your loss of income devastate the family? Chances are, especially during these times, the answer is going to be yes, especially if you're the breadwinner. Give me a call or inbox me, I should say. Let's set up an appointment. All I need from you is your height, your weight, your date of birth, and if you have children. That's it. And then once we get that, we could give you a quote. Let me see if I can beat the quote that you already have. And if I can beat the quote that you already have, let's do business together. If I cannot beat your quote for whatever reason, which I doubt, but just say I can't, then do you know somebody that is in need of life insurance? Because now you have to be that person that stands in the gap and say, hey, John, Jimmy, Raheem, Susie, Shaquana, whomever, I have a sister girl, a Facebook friend, a sorority sister, a Divine Nine sister, an AME sister, or just a woman who wants to help you in general, make sure that you are covered. Give her a call, right? And then once you do that, now you set up the credibility for me to go before your people and ask them those difficult questions and to get them covered the way that they need to be covered. Let's rid this dag flipping going rat nagged blasted GoFundme. Well, I'd rather talk deaf now and learn than have deaf come now. Daryl, exactly. And you know what, Daryl? If I can give you credit, and next time I go live and say, Daryl Thomas said, I'd rather talk about deaf now and learn than have deaf come and not be ready, I would be honored if you allow me to talk about that. Because people think this is fame and that they're going to live forever. That's just the truth of it. People do not believe that they can pass away. Well, they do, but they don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And God dang it, if the coronavirus hasn't shown us her behind, for us to realize that we need to get this done and get it done now, I don't know what other wake-up call you need. I lost my aunt to this mess, but thank God that her and my uncle were covered. Thank God they knew better. Okay, so if you want to know how I can help you out, here's my information right there. I work with millennials and seniors and all in between. We help you plan for retirement, help you zero your debt, help you get free money for college, right? Who do you know that's going to help you get free money for college for your kids or startup money for business or for them to go to trade school? If you inbox me today and I help you today, I am going to make sure I give you a complimentary financial needs analysis, which is a GPS for you to make sure that your finances are in order. I also can help you, right? You ready for this? For all my friends who are realtors or all those people who have homes, listen, Vivint hooked up with us, right? Vivint said your company is something we can stand behind. And we want to support you. So Vivint has a sale going on right now where you get free installation or free doorbell camera. And Vivint is a bomb. We screen our packages. We screen our phone calls. Why are we not screening our homes? Okay. You put insurance on your daggone phone. You put insurance on your car. You put insurance in your home. Why are you not insuring yourself? So I hope that this 25-minute corner chat helped you understand the severity of what it is that I'm saying to you. If I said anything that sparked something, inbox me. Inbox me, inbox me, inbox me. Or you can email me right now. And here's my email. Let me give it to you right now. And I will be more than happy to help you get the coverage that you deserve. Because again, most, if not all of us, right? Most, if not all of us, are literally spending more in the dollar store than we are on our own lives and covering it the right way. My name is LaShawn R. Shelton. Please make sure that you go ahead and give me a shout out. If you're not following me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. I always have information like this. And if you haven't followed me on Facebook, please make sure you do. I always have information like this, as well as Forex and other opportunities for you and your family. But once again, GoFundMe is not life insurance. GoFundMe is not life insurance. It's not. And don't wait until it's too late, until you have something that's going to deny you insurance, where you are now uninsurable, and now you have the added stress trying to figure out what's going to happen to you and yours when that day comes. Have a good afternoon, everybody. Take care for now, and inbox me. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.